This is going to be a short video, but I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek on something that I've been working on. I am going to make my own RPG game, and it's going to be a magic game, but I want to make it a bit more unique, and I want it to resemble an anime that I really like. It's called Mushoku Tensei, and it's going to be based off of that. And the plan of it is it's going to be a full open world RPG game. In terms of open world, it's going to be terrain generated, similar to Minecraft. The world will be generated infinitely, basically. It'll be generated basically infinitely, and you'll be able to, find dungeons, find villages, find, caves and all of that on your own, and, do them. And I want the magic system to also be pretty neat, like pretty unique in terms of it. And I want it to be like, you feel like you are casting a spell, like you're actually casting a spell. Make it feel like as if you're slowly building up a spell bit by bit and then casting it. So we'll see that later on, but I just wanted to show you guys the VFX of it, basically. So these are the first 10 elements of the game. You're gonna start off with 4 elements. Fire, which, let me just get my free cam over here. So you'll start off with fire. I don't know why it freaks out like that sometimes. And you're also gonna start off with water. I really worked hard on making water look like it's water, and I'd say it looks like water. I think it looks great. What do you guys think? So then after water, we also have earth. I actually want to rename them some other stuff as well, but for the time being, I just have these. So you can see earth. It's very like it looks very geometric. Like it's a very interesting shape. And we have air, basically. Still, the textures are a bit weird because Roblox just does some weird stuff with really low bit textures. So that's just that. But I'll fix that later on. But these are basically the first 4 elements that you will be able to use, and later on you will be able to combine said elements. Like you don't have to set up the elements like that. You'll be able to do it basically. You can basically use all of these elements at any given moment by just pressing the correct key combos. And here's where things get a bit interesting. The way casting will work is you're basically going to press a combination of keys to cast a specific spell or a specific element as well. So for example, if you want to cast fire, you'll first press F, that's the element fire. Then let's say if you want to cast the normal just fireball spell, you would press F, then Q, and that's basically you picked fireball. And then you can just hold click to charge it, and then you can let go of left click to fire it. Quite literally, it may sound a bit complicated, but trust me, it actually isn't. I already have the system working here. If I can just show you guys. So if I put it up here, when I press F, picks element fire. I have a basic animation for it right now, and then we can press Q. It picks fireball. The ball spell, and then if I hold click, it charges it, and then when I let go, it fires a fireball. Same goes for water. If I press Q, if I press Q again, if I hold click, water ball. E, earth, Q, hold click, earth ball. Air, Q, air ball. And you can basically press it instantly. So FQ click, fireball. QQ click, water ball. EQ, earth ball. RE, for that time I messed it up a bit. Press RE, RQ actually. You just saw that it's air bomb. So right now I've made up 4 different spells, which I have planned to add it later in the next video. So there we have fireball. I mean, let's just do water. Water ball. We have water bomb. We have water dash, and we have water explosion. These are going to be the first 4 basically basic spells that you unlock that you can use. And there's another thing about this. Let's say we have a fireball. We can actually add another thing to it, which, yeah, it makes it complicated, but it gives you more control, which is you can add an attribute. So this one is a powerful fireball, which deals more damage, but has less speed and has less size. Then we can do another one, which is a fast or quick fireball, which it has more speed, but a bit less speed and damage. I mean, a bit less size and damage. It gets a bit confusing when saying it out loud. And then FQR is a giant fireball. So it's a lot of size, slower and less damaging, but you know, it gives you that control. I'm still deciding on what the 4th one should be. You guys can leave a comment down below on what it should be. I was thinking maybe like it's a silent one, like it basically doesn't show up or something until like it reaches its target. So like you can't really counter it. And there's another thing that I want to make this game very like parry based in a sense. So I want, let's say, oh, my animation got bugged. But the thing that I want to do is I want stuff like element interactions to work really nicely. So for example, if let's say you have enemy A and me, I fire a water ball. I fire a water ball at them and they fire a fireball at me. My water ball will completely cancel it out. In fact, if I cast a water wall in front of me, it will absorb all fire spells like an X amount of time. Let's just say 3 times. So it will basically, if they fire a fireball at me 3 times, it will completely cancel out all those 3 fire spells with 1 water wall. Same goes for earth. Earth will cancel out fire and water. So earth is the most defensive magic in a sense. Water is a more of a middle ground between offensive and defensive, and also mobility. Wind, I would say, is very agile. It's very fast, but it's not really damaging or really like defensive. Can be a bit defensive, but it's like not, it's the least defensive one. Fire is the most destructive one in a sense. So it will deal the most damage, but it can get countered by a lot of things. But if you do hit it, it will deal quite it'll deal quite a lot of damage basically if you do manage to hit it. And then we obviously have the mixed magics. So we have magma here, which I would say honestly is one of my favorite looking ones. It's a bit buggy right now. I need to just fix those, but I think it looks like magma. I think the liquids actually look like liquids. We have mud magic, which is a combination. Oh yeah, obviously magma is a combination of earth and fire. We have mud, which is a combination of earth and water. So this is going to be a pretty you can control them basically. It's like a stun magic in a sense. You can trap them and stuff like that. Basically a defensive magic. We have sand magic, which is a mix of earth and wind. So it's I'm not sure what this one will do, but it's again sand magic. It's more of a liquid. When you mix sand with air, it acts like a liquid in real life. So that's what I went for. We have ice magic, which is a solid magic. It's a mix of wind and water. And we have explosion magic, which is a mix of fire and wind. And so this is basically an amplified fire, which is much larger, much more damaging, and it's pretty fast, but it's very limited in a sense. It's basically just each of these mixed elements, there will be basically higher tiers of the basic elements, but even the basic elements will also have a very high tier. And we'll also have steam magic on the top here. It's basically a very hot liquid magic. And you can see that wind is kind of like a liquid and base it off of it being basically a cloud of wind and stuff like that. And yeah, that's the elements. Now, let me show you something pretty cool, which is the sword that I have. I also want to make the weapon system in a very interesting way. I want you to basically be able to craft your own weapons, in the sense of from a mod from Minecraft called Tinker's Construct, where you can quite literally adjust or make each individual part of the tool or weapon whatever you want. So, for example, let's look at my fire sword. It has 3 parts: the handle, the hilt, and the blade. And this is obviously like just a pure fire sword. Hold on, let me just do something. Okay, yeah, back to what I was saying. We have the fire sword, which again, I'll work on the effects right now. I just have these like basic effects, but I'll make them better later on. I want it to be pretty realistic. Like the wind one looks really nice, but the fire one is just a very basic square. But I still think this looks pretty cool. So we have this. Okay, so basically you'll be able to change each of these parts. For example, you can have either a short handle or a long one, like a staff or something. So you can have like a spear head, stuff like that. You can have a scythe blade. You can have a hammer, or you can have an axe head, basically a sword head, a hammer head. We can basically change the entire thing to whatever you want, even a mace. And you can also have the hilt be changed to other things. For example, I would say this one is a magic imbued hilt, which basically whatever the blade is, it is transformed into your magic, and it will open up like a lightsaber basically. Or you can also have stuff like a chain, which I have planned, and basically use, like, you can like throw your blade at stuff. Like, I have a lot of ideas of it, and I really want to make that a reality. And like, animating all of that will be like not fun, but the way I have it planned, you guys will like it a lot. Like the way like combining these types of weapons will work. It'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's a lot of work for me, so it'll take some time, but that's the plan. Here's the next one, which is wind. And as you can see, just like the wind magic, where it's kind of like a liquid, even the blade of this moves around. It's not very obvious because, you know, the effects, the wind effects are covering it, but if I open my third one, which is the magma one, you can see that it is moving around. It's not very noticeable right now because I think the scale of it is a bit off, but I'll make basically even the weapons mimic the effects of, like, it looks like as if it's made out of liquid. So that's the plan of it, at least. And yeah, so it's gonna be an open world RPG game, magic based. You can craft your own weapons, and it's a lot, but I can do it because I've been practicing coding for a long time now, and the things that I've learned, I think I can do it. I think I can genuinely do it. And also, here's a game at like a much darker setting. Yeah, I need to like fix fire. Looks horrible in like nighttime, but magma though, it looks so cool. An explosion, I think it looks fine. But yeah, fire is needs a bit of a rework. But if you guys have any ideas, you know, leave a comment. I always wanted to make an RPG game on Roblox, and like there's very few RPG games on Roblox, and like they never really, like, how do I explain? There's some things, like, I've played a bit of Minecraft with some RPG mods, and like the Minecraft mods, it makes a lot of sense. Like I don't know why, it was just super fun because, again, Minecraft is an open world game, so you can just do whatever the heck you want. And you know, it's practically like it's if you want to play that, you can join my Discord server. I made a mod pack and it's pretty fun. But apart from that, like, I wanted to make that feeling into Roblox. And a lot of this is also going to be like the way stuff works might also be inspired from, you know, the anime that I talked about, it can be inspired from the Minecraft mods that I talked about, as well as it can be inspired from Valheim, which is another really cool game that I've been playing. And just, yeah, it's inspired off of a lot of the games that I've played and some, you know, stuff that I've watched in the across the years. And yeah, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. And also, I'll be making my own like rig system right now. This is what the walking animation, this is like a default Roblox animation thing that you can turn on, and it's really cool, but I need to work on the body and stuff. And for armor, by the way, in this game, I really want it so like you can basically change out each individual body part's armor. So like, for example, these pauldrons that you can see on my avatar right now, imagine you have to like make each part of it. Yes, it's gonna make it complicated, but it's gonna make it more fun. Like, you can change out each individual part. So for example, the gloves or the shoulders or the boots or the kneecaps, stuff like that. All of that, I want it to be interchangeable and customizable, so you can have basically different looking pauldrons, different size, whatever. It's all customizable. And just, yeah, and they're gonna be more towards like giving you defense over specific magic. So gives you, you know, damage reduction against fire, or damage reduction against earth, or damage reduction against water, specific stats, stuff like that. Those are much more fun than just giving you an outright just damage reduction for everything. Those will be more rarer, like more sought after, but also much more harder to get and much more rare to obtain and stuff like that. So yeah, and also wait, let me just show you guys the way Earth moves. It's very funky. Wait, let me just. Also, if you guys can notice something, I'll just let you guys do it in the comment, but there's something very different from your normal Roblox game in this game, which some of you may have already noticed, but I'll just let you guys, you know, figure that out. The rig might be a hint of it, but yeah, I really like how Earth turned out. Like the solid magics, basically. The solid magics are going to be very defensive, and the gas magics are going to be very offensive. Liquid magics are more of an in-between ground between the two. And yeah, so just leave a like, leave a comment for what you guys want to see, and subscribe if you guys want to get more updates on this. On this channel, I'm going to be doing more stuff like sneak peeks and, you know, talking about this. And on my second channel, JustArcey, which is on my channel page, you'll be able to see how the stuff works, because I'm going to be explaining like exactly like, you know, how I made this, much more longer unedited devlogs like that on my second channel. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. Bye.